Hey creatives, welcome to the third episode of the show. Today I'll be interviewing one of my good friends, a guy I actually watched grow up, RAM98872. What was his YouTube thing before? If you're around 25 years and younger, chances are you've tried to make a YouTube video in hopes that it would blow up and then you'd have a career in YouTube. Well, here's a guy who was able to reach 1 million views by the time he was 11 years old. And he hasn't posted on that thing for 2 years. So here's a guy pursuing a career in nursing, all while he's still pursuing a creative career in photography. And I think one important thing that I took away from my conversation with him is how to take criticism in stride. So without further ado, here's the episode with Ram. But man, hey, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. I've known you since you were a kid, though, huh?
Mm-hmm. When we first meet, like what?
It had to. I mean, at church, though.
Yeah.
How old? I remember though at one point, because I'm sure I'm gonna give an intro about you before this, so like, it's a little weird. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I feel like I have to get backstory and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I remember one time after Bible study, it was Ja. He said, "Dude, do you know Ram does YouTube videos?" I was like, YouTube videos, and at the time, like YouTube was big, like pretty big, but it was like I'd only go on it to like research like NFL greatest hits, like looking for like Brian Dawkins like highlights or like Michael Vick highlights. I was like, Ram, what is he doing? What is he doing there? Because it's like at the time it's like I can't even recall. It's just these semi-viral type of videos, but like. It's stuff that was just posted on MySpace or something.
Yeah.
Even at the time.
Like it was never like anything like of quality. Or
like now, how it is now, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
But I remember hearing about it and I saw, is it a penny through the bottle?
Oh, the coin through a bottle.
Yeah,
trick.
coin through a bottle trick.
So bad, dude.
No, what was crazy is I think at the time, if I'm not mistaken, you're at either hundreds of thousands of views or 1 million already.
I think I hit 1 million, like a few million. I don't know. I don't remember, but. I think that was like at that time one of my most popular videos was that one.
Do you remember hitting 1 million? How old were you?
Dude, this was like years ago. So I don't honestly like when I saw that million, I was like, oh, cool. And then that was like my reaction. Like that was it. Like honestly, like YouTube for me, it wasn't really like a big deal for me. It was just like I upload, people watch it, and then that's the end of that.
But that's crazy because like, can you kind of recall what grade you're not even in middle school yet, though, by that time, right? I mean...
I think I was in middle school or, like, maybe, like, 6th grade or something like that when I first started.
Like, I did some research. I think some of the top YouTubers are, like, little kids. They're, like...
Yeah.
Between, like, 5 years old to, like, 10 years old. They're opening toys. And that's, like, a job now for them. Yeah. And here you are, you're like, huh? Yeah, 1 million, 1 million views, whatever. But now it's like, that's like every kid's dream. Every kid wants to either stream their games on YouTube or Twitch. Yeah. Or they want to do like prank videos.
Yeah. For me, like, I guess my whole mindset was just like try to make it chill, not be stressed out about it. Because like once I get stressed about it, like I don't want to do it anymore. And that's why like I never uploaded it like on a routine. It was more like, hey, I have an idea, let's shoot it and then upload it. And then maybe like I'll upload another video in like the next few months or something. It was never like, oh, I have to upload every week. It was mostly like when I want to upload. Yeah.
I guess with that, like, do you remember like when you were gaining traction? Like, do you remember your first 1,000 subscribers? Like when that happened?
I sort of do. It was like it wasn't really anything like where I like recognized it right away. It was mostly like, oh, it happened, and then I'm there to witness it. It was more like it built up where I didn't even notice it. But what's special about it is like, it was that era. I don't know if you know like Tobuscus, you know him, like he's a pretty big YouTuber.
Okay.
And then I forgot her name, but she did a few videos with like Shane Dawson. Like I rose up alongside them. Like they turned out to be like crazy, like big YouTubers. But for me, it was just like I would communicate with them once in a while, ask for tips, and that was it. But like it was special to me because like, dude, those guys are huge now. And then I witnessed their growth and I was able to grow with them.
What was your first video?
Okay.
Can you remember like your first video upload?
My first upload I actually deleted. Because okay, here's the whole story.
Yeah.
It's the pen through dollar trick. But all right. So I used to have this camera that like it wasn't an HD. I think it was like 240p or so. Like it was a really really bad camera, and it could only record up to 2 minutes. So like when I was doing the takes, I had to like every time I messed up, I had to redo it over and over again because like I didn't have an editing software, I didn't know how to edit, so I just uploaded it on my computer and uploaded it straight to YouTube. But okay, the dumb thing that I did was I was recording it, perfect take, probably like a better take than what I actually upload on YouTube, but I put the lighting behind me, so my face was blacked out. Like I was talking to the camera, I was watching it, I was like, "What is this?" You can't
see yourself.
I had to delete it, and then I think I quit on it for like maybe a week, and then I guess like one day I got bored again, and then I did it and I uploaded it, and that was like I think that was my first video to hit 1 million views. Was the pen through dog trick. My first video.
Now that I can remember that one because like you even explained, like that's what I love, like you explained it.
Yeah.
So it's not like this clickbait stuff.
No.
You say, how do you put pen through dog, and that's exactly what you show.
So yeah, that was like the.
So that was your first million.
Yeah, that was my first 1 million views.
And you I think you have a few videos up there. I think you're averaging like at 100,000.
Yeah,
most of them.
Like my old videos, like during that time, I guess that was my
they
prime
all
time.
like went up. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I think that was it. The 1 million views, and then my other ones, the subsequent videos I did, like they didn't reach 1 million views, but they were getting pretty good views. Yeah,
I remembered at a time. I guess fairly recently, because when I was doing my YouTube stuff, I would talk to you, and then you were like, I think at the time you were like, "Oh, I'm not inspired to do like the skit stuff right now," but I remember you were getting, I guess people were sending you stuff to review.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that? Like, what was that transition like, and then what was in between that? Because you were doing these magic tricks basically, and you were really small.
Yeah.
And then as you got older, like the videos changed.
Yeah. Well, people started sending me stuff like when I was not on YouTube. It was like I took a break pretty much, but I guess the first company to send me stuff was this like sling bag, which was pretty cool. That was my first one, and then I started getting offers from like these like random like Chinese brands, and honestly like I like the fact that I could say no. It's like this guy was trying to make me review like a light bulb, and like what, like how's I want to review stuff that I actually like and that I would actually use, but like a light bulb, like that's really boring. So I guess it was more like my decision whether I wanted to review it or not. And I guess that was the fun thing about it.
That was crazy. Like, how did your parents feel about that? Like, you're a kid.
Yeah.
You're a kid and all this stuff is happening.
Honestly, at first they were like reluctant because of the whole safety thing. Like,
yeah,
dude, I would get free stuff in the mail without even like saying yes to anything. Like, and then my mom was like, you shouldn't open that.
Yeah,
it's like it's a Chinese brand. Even though it's in there. So yeah, they were pretty reluctant. But like the brands that I do trust, like I would I guess talk to them about it and say like I trust this brand, and then so I could review it. Yeah. So
you said you've taken a break, so you've had a few iterations of YouTube. So what would make you leave and then come back?
Honestly, if I have like a really, really good idea, or if I'm like not feeling lazy. Because I think that laziness is the big part of like my break. It's like I don't want to set up my camera, I don't want to write a script. And it's like the inspiration is not there. And if I do try to make a video without the inspiration, then like I don't feel like I'm giving it like 100%.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're at the same time. I think your last upload was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
same thing. Review.
Yeah, same thing with me.
Yeah, it's just I don't know how like Casey Neistat and like all the big YouTubers.
Yeah, I feel like that's not spoken of enough. Like just longevity and consistency.
It's like I feel like after a while you would get tired of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
As much as you love doing it, eventually you're gonna be like, maybe I'm not feeling it.
Because it's become a job.
Yeah.
It's become a job for a lot of people.
That's why Casey doesn't upload as much anymore as he used to.
Yeah.
I think he has other ventures to go to, and it's not for him anymore.
You know, I guess talking about that, I think it'll be a cool transition now. Like my other guest a while ago, I know we talked about this off camera, but I had my first guest, my friend Paul. What I learned a lot from him was, you know, you can really take your passion and make a living off of that. So he's been able to travel. He's been able to stretch himself, and like he played at KCON this past year, and then he has other avenues of revenue, whether he's like playing for churches or playing for like nightclubs, or even mixing and mastering like in a recording studio setting where he'd produce beats or record people's vocals and stuff. But what I'm getting at is like, with you though, like what you're doing now it doesn't even make sense with YouTube. Like, you're this kid, looking at that trajectory like years ago.
Mhm.
Like, oh, here's this guy Ram, like making these YouTube videos. He's gonna do something in film. Like, what are you doing now, and then why not like do film or videos?
Well, I guess for the videos, like I was saying earlier, like, I didn't want it to be a job, and the fact that I only do it out of boredom and out of maybe like a little bit of inspiration, it's not my main goal. It was more like, you know what, I'm bored, let's do this. I guess the most important thing to me right now is actually building a future for myself. That's why I'm in nursing school, and that is my priority. Plus, my side hobby is photography now too. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I wanted to transition to.
Yeah.
So, dude, what have you been doing with photography? Because I've been seeing your stuff, man. It's really good.
Thanks, man. I guess it really took off during the summer. Like summer before I went to the UK, it was like it was really, really boring. I guess like that's the whole theme of everything that I do is like out of boredom. Like, I'm bored, I have nothing else to do. So I started like looking up maybe like tutorials on YouTube, like Lightroom edits, blah blah blah, and then how to network with other photographers, with other models. So the main thing that I learned was just do it for free at first. Contact maybe a few models on Instagram, and that's exactly what I did. And then I was lucky enough to get maybe a few people to shoot with me, along with my friends too. I think if you have friends that are willing to shoot with you, then go for it. Like, the more you have on your portfolio, the better it'll be.
Yeah.
And then I uploaded on Instagram. A few people started to notice my stuff, and I actually get like a few people now hitting me up to do like paid work, and like the same thing with the reviewing thing for YouTube. I could say no to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only shoot with the ones that like I actually feel like represents my work really well. Like, if I have an idea and then I feel like they match it, then yeah, let's go ahead and shoot. So it's mostly like model work that I'm doing right now. I did a few grad pics.
Like
earlier.
lifestyle
Yeah,
stuff.
I like that stuff.
Yeah.
I used to like Brandon Wolfel. Like, that was my biggest inspiration. And then I don't want to be like too criticizing, but it's like it's the same thing over and over again for him. So I try to draw on like multiple people, try to develop my own style right now. And
Yeah.
model work is really fun.
So what got you to pick up a camera though? Because I mean, I remember, I think we talked about this. Like, you have some reviews of what cameras you were using on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you're a camera tech guy.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Let me take it way back. Instagram. That's why I got inspired, because I think I got my Instagram in like 2012, 2013. But like, I noticed a trend where it's like every picture that everybody uploads is the same exact quality, same exact effort put to them, which is like close to 0 to none. So I'm like, how do I stand out? So I got on YouTube, looked up like how to take better Instagram photos, blah, blah, blah. I learned like the basics, like basic composition and rule of thirds, or like basic editing, or like filters and how to use them. And then I started uploading. Like, I tried to make my photos a little bit higher quality than everyone else's. But then eventually I was like, how do I set this up? And then I see you guys, you, Renzo, and everybody at church with like a camera, and like, oh, that's pretty cool. And my friend, his name is David. He has a Canon 80D, and I guess he kind of like showed me like the ropes on like what you could produce with like a DSLR. So I started looking up maybe cameras, and my first camera was the A6000, and that was like my bread and butter. That was like the first time I actually started learning like legit like manual photography, like exposures and all that stuff. So I kept that camera maybe for a year, just trying to learn everything. And then honestly, I upgraded, or it's not even an upgrade, I transitioned to the 80D just because I was like, you know what, my A6000 is small. And
that was the reason?
That was the reason. And I wanted like a better grip, or like I wanted like a sturdy camera. And I regret it, because the lens that I bought specifically for that camera was the Sigma 35. And I don't know if I messaged you about it. I was like, hey, this isn't focusing correctly. Like, it would focus like either in front or behind, and which was dumb because it's a Canon camera and it's a Canon lens.
Yeah, I researched a little bit more on that, because I haven't had it happen to me yet. But people are saying like you have to get it calibrated.
Yeah,
like the Sigma lens.
And
itself.
I tried it. I bought the dock and everything, and I went on YouTube. I did the tutorial and everything, and dude, nothing. And I think the problem with that like lens is you can't calibrate it. Like, it's just like random focusing.
What the heck?
With the 80D.
Yeah.
But then I transitioned to my A7 III, a Sony camera, and that lens worked 100%, like perfect, with a Sony camera, which is insane, dude.
So that's how I lost you.
Yeah, dude, focusing, man. Yeah, but anyways, like the whole transition thing is like me jumping from camera body to camera body. Just, I guess what would reinforce my learning the most.
So, dude, that's kind of dope because I hear, and this is no offense to other people in like specifically nursing school. Like we're Filipino, so
Yeah.
we always know someone, if not someone directly related to us in that field. And everyone talks about how like nursing school is 2 or so years like out of your life and that's it. Like, dude, how did you manage to get, because you got good. It's like, it's not even like, oh, his Instagram picture's looking better, like there's bokeh or it's really cool focus. Like your edits look dope. Like there's a look now that you've been able to develop for yourself. How were you able to do that and manage your time?
Well, I think I separated the two. Like photography and nursing, they don't necessarily go together. Like when I'm in nursing school, I usually don't shoot a lot. And that's why, like, I guess it's time management is like what you put your focus on is the most important thing. Like pretty much like during the whole summer is me learning. No nursing school, but it was me learning how to do photography. Like I would go on YouTube, look up Lightroom like tutorials or like composition tutorials. And I don't know if you can watch this guy on YouTube. I think his name is like The Art of Photography or something like that.
No,
but it's like he looks at like old photographers and he like kind of critiques them and like also takes what they have and then teaches you how you can apply it to your photography. So it's more of like that intricate stuff. Like I think detail is most important when it comes to photography, and just putting effort into it is what I think most people are missing. And same thing with nursing too. It's like it's effort. Like I strive to get straight A's. If I don't get A's, like I'm mad at myself. So I guess it's what for me, how I view it is like what you choose to put your time into. Yeah,
because I mean I've talked to some of the guys about it, but I'm like, dude, Ram got like, you got like really good. And then again, like I feel like I hope this audience can understand like all these like medical jargon, definitions to remember, all of that. But now you're able to, because photography, like messing with cameras is another language in itself. It's another full culture in itself. I'm not talking about camera culture. It's like you go from Canon to Sony, that's completely different. You go from video to photography, that's completely different. Like that's why I don't have a DSLR anymore. It's so funny because you're able to do it in nursing school. I couldn't do that from video and photo, and that's like linked, right?
Yeah.
So like I don't know, man. I couldn't like I can't give enough props to you for that.
Thanks,
no,
man.
really, because like you've been able to go. I would like I think I'm confident to say like you've gone to like this elite level.
Thanks.
Because like your compositions are interesting. Your talent looks interesting, and then also I think you're smart with marketing yourself on IG because your talent, most of your talent that you put up have like a huge following.
The
like
hashtags, man.
They're influencers.
Use the hashtags.
So like tell me like who was the first, I guess, model you reached out to or I don't know if you reached out to a team or something.
So the first model, she's not a model, she's actually like a friend from school.
Okay.
And that's what got me started into like talking to people. But the first model, her name was Miss Tina, and this was like my first shoot, so I thought it was a little bit awkward because like I didn't know like how to pose them and stuff. But good thing is she's not a legit model. So like she actually shoots with a photographer friend of hers, like just for fun. So it was more impromptu.
Yeah.
On like how I shot it, and the photos came out pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. It's I think it's just like the hard part about like being a new photographer is just like breaking the barriers down of like being comfortable with your model and having a plan. Because honestly, like that day of the shoot, like I had no poses. I had to go on my phone and look up like poses, and I would like build off of that and pose them and take the shot.
Like how did you land her? Because I know you said you did a shoot with a friend from school. Because I'm sure all of these people, you just have to be pretty or like a good looking person. No, really,
yeah,
a good looking person that's interesting, on any social media platform that has a following. And I'm sure they're getting hit up like, oh, I'm a photographer, I'm a videographer, or I'm a marketing specialist. Like, how are you getting their attention though?
Well, it also like goes back to shooting beforehand. Before you hit up the big leagues, like you have to start somewhere. That's why I shot with my friends, and I was able to just send them those pictures, and they liked it, and they're like, okay, let's shoot. But I always use a template when I'm contacting them. I'm always like, hey, my name is Ram, and I'm a portrait photographer looking to build up my portfolio. I was wondering if you were down to shoot, and it's either a yes or a no. And there's no consequence in having them say no. It's just like you move on to the next one. But at least you got your name in their radar.
Okay.
So, like, let's see. There was this model that I'm not gonna name the names, but like, I messaged her and she said no, of course. And then I started building up my portfolio. She started hitting me up to shoot, and I haven't shot with her yet though, like, unfortunately. But like, you just have to like be in their radar pretty much, like build attention for yourself so the other people can see you.
Okay.
And then that's how it works. It's
So
like a pattern.
Yeah. Is there a ratio that you've had? Like, how often are you hitting up these people, and how often do you like? I'm assuming, because I've done this like early on for myself too, even till now, where I'll just send a resume or hit someone up on Instagram usually, and then there's no response at all. So how often are you getting like no responses, no's, and then like, is it 1 yes per 1,000 or something?
Honestly, it's like 70% no.
Okay.
But the good thing about it is like whoever says yes, you get to try harder for them just because they said yes. You kind of like repay them back by putting more effort into composition, into your photography, and I give all my clients like all the pictures that I take. I'm like, you know what, this is my thank you to you. You could have all the other pictures. You could do whatever you want with them. So you got to treat them like very special because they said yes to you. But I'd say like during the summer, per day, maybe there's like a span of like 2 weeks where I was just hitting up like random Instagram models, maybe like 5 or 6 people a day out of those 2 weeks. And then once you get like somebody to shoot with, you kind of stop. And you could shoot with them again and again and again.
Yeah. So now like,
you have connections. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be willing to work with you again. I guess because I don't know, like you're built pretty differently, in a good way.
Thanks.
Because a lot of creatives, like straight up creatives, because I don't think you are. Like just knowing you as a person, I don't think you're you're not the artist that like. People look at artists or creatives like very emotionally, like that they're emotional people, right? No. So like, if someone says no, like your world is down, like,
I don't care.
If no one listens to your music, or and I think I'd like for you to expand on that a little bit more, like just even all those no's. You said 70% no's.
Yeah, probably
that's devastating for some people. Like what is in your mind like that?
I think it's because like this isn't my way to survive. This isn't my way of living. So it's more of me just trying to be creative. And if someone says no, then it's just like, that doesn't affect me in any way. Like I could still move on to, there's always somebody else out there that's going to be willing to shoot. And I guess that was my whole mindset. It's like, you don't have to settle on this person. It's I don't want to get into like relationship stuff, but it's like, you know, you break up with someone, like you're going to be depressed maybe for like a week, but there's always somebody else. You know? Move on and on and on and on. That's it. You just got to keep going, man.
Yeah. No, definitely. It. And I think this is good for a lot of people to hear, for me to hear too.
Let me add on to that.
Yeah.
Same thing can be applied to like my YouTube channel, because honestly, you hear like on the internet, like, oh, cyberbullying, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I would get like hate comments like on my videos.
Yeah, man, I want to talk about that too.
Yeah, like brutal hate comments like, oh, go kill yourself or something. But like now in this culture, if someone says that to somebody else, then it's like, it's a big deal, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what, 12, 13? I was on YouTube and I was getting those. Yeah. I'm just like, okay, all right, cool. I'll upload next week or something. It's like, I don't let internet like talk get to me. You get what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know you. You could say all these things about me, but like, who cares? Like, I'm not gonna kill myself. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. Why do you think that is though? Like, what is it about those kind of comments that doesn't faze you?
I look at them as like just trolls. It's cliche, like people say, oh, they're just trolls, you should just ignore them. But it's the truth though. Like they're just there leaving a comment. Probably like 90% of the time they don't even mean it. And that's the internet culture. Like half the things people say, it's like they don't really mean it. It's just like there just to put it. It's like it's almost a meme, like to hate somebody, but like, okay, I understand the humor, blah, 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 and that's it. It's just humor to me. Like it's nothing serious. Okay. And the way I came up with the idea is, I don't know if you know like Filthy Frank. He's a very like vulgar YouTube channel. Like, very vulgar, super offensive, but that's the point. You watch them because he's offensive. It's like satire. So that's how I view like those comments. They're like, okay, you're just being funny. All right, cool. Good for you, man.
Yeah, because no way has my YouTube channel been as successful or as noticed as yours. But like even I've had the one video with Joey.
Oh,
I've
the thrifting, right?
Yeah, the
I just
thrifting.
see those.
I have like 65K views.
Mhm.
I was feeling good about that, right? I remember that first few days where it's jumping because we had a YouTuber that was rising in like sneaker culture, like cross paths in our vlog. And what was crazy was like these hate like comments.
Yeah,
like
I saw it. I was
it's
like,
a lot, and it's not even that bad. But how I remember, what was my mindset? I was like, okay, then if you're getting haters, it means you're doing something right, I guess. You know what I mean? Because it's like some of it was funny, like my voice, things like that. Some of it was like, oh, you guys are gay, like just like cruel things.
Yeah.
And imagine, I can't. Now I'm thinking about it with your videos, how young you were.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, man. You're built. I told you you're built different, man, because that messes people up, especially like being a kid. Like you don't have confidence built up yet, so I think that's a good thing.
Or maybe that played into a good thing. Maybe like I was so young where I didn't understand maybe their intent. It was like more like, all right, cool. Like I just brushed it off to the side. Maybe at that age, but now like in recent years, little kids are self-aware, dude. Like they know a lot. Like they're deep. Like if you post a comment like hating on them, they're gonna like probably cry or they're gonna get emotional. It's like the whole mindset of I guess people today is they're a little bit soft, to be honest.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Or they take
like,
things too seriously.
Yeah, or, we see that because it's. I don't know. I didn't know we were gonna get into this, but it's something I think about a lot, especially with our sports stars. Like you go back, not even that long ago, right? Kobe Bryant. We're from LA, we're Laker fans.
The slurs.
Like how, like he's the Black Mamba. Like that guy's a killer. And then they're not even that long separated. Like there's dudes my age, like Kevin Durant, that are like, they're so soft. Like they're out here like creating like their burner accounts on Twitter to like defend themselves. It's so interesting. It's so interesting in how much power someone can have behind a keyboard.
Yeah.
Or like on their phone and like just adding someone.
Yeah. And for KD, he's a star, man. Of course, it's gonna get to him. I think at that position, there's so much pressure and there's so much like stress, and I think that contributes to that emotion that you get out of someone like making fun of you.
Yeah, I guess that's the good and the bad of social media, right? It gives stars like him and regular guys like us a way to communicate together, but it happens to us, but more to them, like the trolls and like hate comments.
I always say this, like when I'm on the internet, there's different tiers of like humor. There's like straightforward humor where it's like it's funny because it's funny. There's another level, it's funny because it's indirectly funny. And then another level, it's like it's funny because it's stupid. So I think it all revolves around that and how you want to perceive it. And I'll say like 70% is like it's funny because it's stupid. Like out of like all the comments that people post, it's just like that.
It's usually like that, right? Like they're just trying to get someone to respond.
Yeah.
Or react.
I mean, I appreciate that. It's funny. Like some of the stuff that people post is pretty funny. Like I go on Twitter on Bleacher Report.
Yeah.
And then it's like it could be an article about like oh James Harden scored 30 blah blah blah. And there'd be like memes.
Yeah.
On and on. Not even about the article, dude. And
yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
just trolling.
I was like, dude, that's pretty
funny.
funny.
Fun of him, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like the internet, man. You get different types of people.
So, the photography thing is going well. You think are you inspired right now or have any ideas of a video though that can be maybe a comeback to YouTube?
My comeback will probably be more cinematic stuff.
Okay.
Like not more so like me talking to the camera, but like maybe like a travel vlog or something. Because that's what I've been like looking into. Like along with photography, it's like all the gear talk that comes with photography. It's not just like, oh, here's a photography camera.
Yeah.
Why don't you take a look at this gimbal? Why don't you take a look at this drone?
Yeah.
So eventually you're gonna like end up looking at up that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, so that's what I can do with that stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's like a pit that doesn't end.
Yeah. There's always something new. And I guess the only thing stopping me from making videos is honestly like California sucks, dude. There's nothing to do here.
What? How many people are like just screaming wherever they're at
you have to
right
drive to like LA or Santa Monica and stuff, but it's like in our area, like Ontario, Fontana. It's like, oh, dude, it's so boring here. And I need a story. I need something interesting. It's not like, here, let's go to a place and start filming stuff. I have to have like, oh, here's a subject, and here's like a story, here's a plot, and then boom. That's how I want to make my videos.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. The storytelling is what's
like, I was going to make a video for my my UK trip, but it's like, dude, that mess was hectic. I didn't have time for anything.
Did you record though?
I shot I didn't record anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's the other balance now. Because
That's the hard part.
I was gonna ask you,
Mm-hmm.
given the opportunity to shoot like getting sponsored to travel, say Sony, right?
Yeah.
So you're repping the shirt.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, if Sony, if you're watching this, sponsor me. Be Alpha. #.
So if they sponsor you to travel, do you think you try to manage your time to do photo and video?
Ah, man, that's a good question. Well, right now, presently, it's gonna be photo all the way.
Yeah.
But if I do develop a skill in video, or if I get equipment, or just like I know how to make good videos, then I'll try to do both, like at the same time, which is like probably impossible, close
It's
to impossible.
hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, man.
Like
Yeah.
photography is already time consuming. Like I don't
Yeah.
know like how video is. Like in the UK, I try to do like long exposures and stuff. That must takes forever
Yeah,
to
it
get
does.
right, dude.
Yeah, I tried. I remember I had the ADD. I think I like told you, yeah, do it when you asked me about it that one time after you had the A60.
Yeah.
I was doing like a night, like long exposure,
Mm.
and it was so fun to do. But you're there for a long time
Gotta wait.
just to get like the stars or whatever. Especially
Yeah.
like if you're trying to make like the swirl pattern,
Mhm.
you're gonna have to leave the camera there for so long.
Yeah.
So like, there was no way I was able to even shoot a video for that at all. So I'm just wondering like
time
travel
consuming, dude.
how these guys do that though.
Yeah, dude. I have to
That's
give
what's
props
amazing.
to like Casey Neistat, Peter
Yeah.
McKinnon, and all like the top YouTubers, because it's like, all right, they have to do video,
Mhm.
most importantly, maybe some photos and social media too.
Exactly. It's a separate beast.
Yeah, there's so much like you need to do. So like give props to them, man. Like I don't know how much
Yeah.
time they have, like how long they edit at
Yeah.
night and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I want to take a platform here. It's, people stop hating on people trying to create something.
Yeah.
Right?
work
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's freaking hard.
Like
Dude.
I accept like good criticism, but like
Yeah.
once you're kind of like criticizing them in an offensive way,
Yeah.
but they're working so hard for
Yeah.
you.
Like when you talk about how someone looks,
Yeah.
like that's not cool anymore.
Yeah. There's a meme
It's not
though,
funny.
like for Casey Neistat. Do you know about it? Like the
No.
Neanderthal memes? But like he
Oh,
knows about
yeah,
it. He
man.
knows about it though. Like he acknowledges it. So good on Casey. Like that's how you handle it.
Yeah.
It's like you make fun of it too. Cause
Yeah, it's like the like 8 Mile, right?
yeah.
Where like Eminem just teased himself.
Yeah.
Like now what are you gonna say?
Make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
It's like nobody else. It's like nothing for everybody
There's
else.
no more fire anymore
Yeah,
for
exactly.
them. So, let's talk about what other stuff you've been doing lately, because we have a mutual friend,
Yeah.
Easy, who said that you let him know about something because he's shooting with the A7S II.
The B Alpha event.
Yeah, the Biafra event. How is that, man?
Dude, that probably like the best. Well, it's like the only photography event I've ever attended, but it was great, dude. It's like they had different sets. They rented out the American Apparel building in LA,
Mhm.
and they had different sets there. You could take pictures of models. You could try out different lenses, and they give all of us like this expensive SD card. It's like 32 gig, but I looked it up. It was like $80.
Oh, snap.
Everybody, and then at the end of the night, this guy won probably like $4,000 worth of gear. Like he won an A7 R3 with a couple lenses, dude. It was fun. Like I can't wait for the next one. And the good thing about it is like I met other photographers there, and I met other models.
So that network was,
Yeah,
it's
and-
like
Well, not
so
as good
much to gain already.
not as intimate as doing like one-on-one, but like you get names. Like this guy named, I don't know if I'm saying his name, Dex Ezekiel. It's like Dexter and Ezekiel, which is like
it's
it's
funny.
a coincidence.
That's so
Yeah,
funny, yeah.
it's a coincidence, right? And then I hit him up on Instagram, and then this model that I shot, like he was like the shirtless dude with like the gas mask.
yeah, the
and
gas
stuff. He hits
mask,
me up
yeah.
on Instagram. He's like, hey, we should shoot in the future. So it's like it's networking, dude.
Yeah,
It's,
man.
I guess that's the most important thing about that event. Is like you get to meet new people.
How did you hear about it? How did you get invited, or how were you able to go?
I was looking up like camera lens reviews on YouTube, and this guy named Jason Vong, he's like a Sony ambassador.
Mhm.
So I was watching his video, and at the end he kind of like did a plug B Alpha event in LA, and I didn't really think about it, like about like anything, because it's just an event. Like I didn't know anything about it, and then I looked it up, and I looked at I think the New York one or the Seattle one. I was like, okay, this is pretty legit. And then I saw that it's free. It's like might as well. So I signed up for it, and I was like, yo, Easy, you wanna come with me? He's like, yeah. And then we went.
Dude, that's dope.
We went because it's free.
Yeah.
That's why that was my mindset. I was like, it's free, might as well. And then it turned out to be something like
No,
really
that
really cool.
that's so smart on Sony's part, man.
Mm.
Because now I'm sure
See, nobody else does that. Like
I know,
Canon
no
doesn't
one-
do
I
that.
know.
Nikon doesn't do
I
that.
know.
It's Sony, dude. It's
I
that
know.
community.
See, now you're so committed to them.
Yeah,
I'm never
dude,
gonna
sponsor me, please.
I'm never gonna
Sponsor
get you
me.
back on Canon, dude.
Nah,
But yeah, I
probably
mean
not.
that's awesome. It was awesome to hear that because Zeke was telling me because we shot a wedding.
Mhm.
I think a few days after that,
Mhm.
he was a second shooter for me at a wedding,
Mm.
and it's like, yeah, I was just at the Sony Alpha event. I was like, yeah, what was that? That looked crazy. So yeah, me and Ram went. We were able to meet models, and he was able to just even learn photography better, and it made him love it. I was like, dang. In my head, I was like, that's so smart for Sony.
Mhm.
That's so smart for Sony. It's a free event.
Mhm.
They gave you guys freebies.
Mhm.
You got to see one of you, like, get so much.
Yeah.
Like, so now there's that, like, maybe I can win it next time.
Yeah.
But also, like you said, like, now there's that networking. Now you're inspiring others because I'm sure there's photographers at all different levels that were there. That
Yeah.
you can just pick each other's brain
And the smart thing too was like you don't even have to be a Sony user. Like there's people there that are shooting with Nikons and stuff, or like people that didn't even have cameras, but they had loaners like gears that you could like borrow. So
that's
like
cool.
yeah, dude, that's smart.
That is smart.
It's like here, use Sony. See how you like it, and then they end up liking it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So it's marketing, but I like that though.
Yeah, I like the
back to
idea.
the community.
Yep, community is important for Sony.
So what's next?
For me,
Yeah.
right now, school. That's it. This winter break, I'm trying to shoot with a couple people, but we'll see how it is. Like they're all so far, dude. That's what sucks. Like most of my models, they live like in the greater LA or greater Orange County areas, where it's like, I don't want to make the drive. There's this voice actor that wanted to shoot with me, and but he lives in Santa Barbara, and it's like, I don't want to drive that far. I know you're paying me, but it's like, it's my time, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to make it based on my schedule, and that's the thing. Like, it's what's important to me is like it's on my terms. Yeah.
Dude, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It has to be
Man,
me. Like, it sounds selfish, but it's like, you know, it has to be me.
Because, like, realistically, how much time have you put in? If you can put, I guess, you started in the summer. So how long has it been since you've really been, I guess, playing with your camera?
Probably like 8 months now.
Dude,
probably just like
I
learning.
want people to hear that 8 months you've been playing with the camera, and then here you are, like, because I'm thinking about myself 8 months in from like, well, I guess we're kind of, I'm really different from you because I jumped into an internship where I was like, I only knew how to use a point and shoot because I was like doing my vlog, right? So I was using my cell phone, and then I got a point and shoot camera, and then there's just this opportunity, and I jumped on it because I was like, I'm never gonna get this again.
Yeah.
And here you are, you're like, no, like, no, like, it's so dope because you're like, I'm gonna do it on my terms.
Yeah.
And it's still not a loss. Like, you're still able to utilize your time greatly, like, and people still admire your work.
Yeah.
So you know.
Maybe it's the wrong way to do it, but it's like it's not a stressful thing for me. It's like this isn't a job for me.
Yeah.
It's like I get to do what I want.
Yeah, I think that's the most important part.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've heard me gripe about it before. So I have a cousin that he is the creator of a blog post called the Disney Examiner. His name is Jordy. So he gets to go to like Disney events like early, or he gets to interview like different directors and stuff like that. So I remember, I think it was maybe 2 years ago now, where he hit me up. He's like, hey, would you want to come with me? I'm going to like this animators like festival, like this event, right? It's like red carpet, really cool. And so I'm like, oh, I can't, because I think I was shooting a wedding or something. I was like, okay, I can't though. I remember not thinking much of it, like I just don't have the time. And then I see on his Instagram, this guy takes a selfie with Kobe Bryant.
Oh,
Kobe Bryant premiered his is it Thank You Basketball? I love basketball. Yeah, the Thank You Basketball animated like short.
He was there. Dang.
Yeah, so I could have interviewed him. So like that stuff like happens to me. That's why I get so mad. But it's cool. Like I think it is refreshing to know, like, I mean, my life didn't end. Like since then I've been able to. I mean, we were talking before this. Like I got this apartment, right? I was able to move my family out from my parents' place, and it's not like the world ended for me not meeting Kobe Bryant and not being able to film him. Right? I mean, you just keep going.
Yeah, like it sucks, but
It sucks. Yeah, you just keep going, and that's why like I have it in my heart. Like one day I'm gonna get the interview. One day I'm gonna be able to film him or talk to him. I mean, it's just the mindset you have to have.
it's a good mindset to have.
Yeah, and that's
One
why I apply to Spectrum every end of the year for the past. Well, it's my second year.
Did they email you like? If
No.
they sent out?
I'm like I haven't got anything back yet.
What job is it? Is it like what? Like,
I applied for like a producer videographer position.
mm,
So it'd be like it's basically like you have to be able to do everything.
mm,
Be able to think of content,
mm,
be able to shoot and edit, and then be able to like pitch your ideas. So that's all it was. I was like, cool. And they're like minimum 2 years of experience in videography. I'm like right there at 2 years.
mm.
So I don't know, but I'm gonna just keep trying. I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep trying because my dream is to like do backstage Lakers one day or
Oh, like, I had to watch
Dodgers.
those,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like that's my dream. So I mean, you just keep going,
Mm.
right? So you have nursing. Back to
Mhm.
you. You got nursing. Is that program almost done or like what's going
Yeah,
on?
I'm graduating in I don't even know June. Yeah, I'm almost done, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quick.
And I'm kind of nervous. I think I'm book smart. Like I'm book ready, but like once I get into the field, it's like that's gonna be a whole different beast.
Well,
We have clinicals and
Yeah.
stuff, but it's like it's a tiny piece of like what's to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'll be fine, dude.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you've already built up that discipline early on, and then even that discipline translates to your creativity.
I hope it
We're
does.
like, no, because, dude, I mean, I did it too. I look up reviews after reviews after reviews, or how to use this camera, how to do this.
Mm.
It doesn't matter. Like, it's not the same as physically doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's going to be exactly what it is for nursing for you.
My whole mindset is like this is like my mantra: precision is key.
Mm.
Like in everything that you do, you want to get precise. Like if you
Mm.
want to learn something, learn every single detail about it.
Okay.
Like, same thing for nursing. Like read the book, read all
Mhm.
the PowerPoints and stuff. It's just you gotta be precise with it.
All right.
Yeah.
So can I ask you a hard question now?
Yeah. Sure.
June. Right. June's
Yeah.
your graduation date.
Yeah.
Where is like the pinnacle of where you can be nursing at? Where is that at? And what place doing what?
Like what do I want?
Yeah.
As-
Like what is like, man, in X amount of years in nursing, I want to be doing this at this hospital or at this place.
Right now, just because I have a really broad understanding of like the field. Well, I'll say like I don't know a lot about like which hospital is the best, blah blah
Mhm.
blah. But from what I see, it's just like Kaiser is like
Okay.
that's the goal. Based on like the nurses I talk to, like hey, you make bank, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
But like the hospital's so organized. That's what I like about
Mhm.
it. So maybe in a few years, maybe like that's my goal, Kaiser. But when I started, I always wanted to be a travel nurse because I want to travel. It's like you go
Oh,
from
that's
like
dope.
state to state, country to country, just like being a nurse. So it's like two combination of things that I like, some
Mhm.
nursing and travel. And maybe I could throw in photography in there too.
See, you beat me to it because I was gonna say like, no, literally, because I was gonna like just challenge you and like, now what was your goal? Because I know like traveling would be dope for photography.
Mm.
Um,
I think eventually that's what I see. Like I'm a nurse, I'm making pretty good money, spend that money on gear and maybe plane tickets and like go somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
And that's a dream for me. It's like traveling.
oh, that's dope.
Like I want to travel.
Okay, and then should I do it now? My hot ones where I steal their
Yeah, go for it.
idea.
Yeah.
So let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna do your IG or the YouTube channel.
Did you screenshot photos already? Because I archived like most of my my IG except for the photography.
Oh,
based
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is still some good stuff too.
Okay.
I haven't looked at your photos in a while. There's some really good stuff.
Like if you scroll down through my Instagram, like you see like my
The
improvement.
progression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my first picture was like, oh, it's kind of whack.
Yeah, you know, I hope that's how it
Yeah.
looks like on my stuff too.
It's like you scroll down, it's like, what is this? And then scroll up, it's like, oh, okay. You got better.
Okay, I like doing this because I did this to Neiman. I went to the oldest picture that's there because
Mhm.
obviously you guys leave it there for a reason.
Yeah.
So what's with the me attempting to be a hipster?
Oh,
the
that
little photo
cup.
with the
That's
cup.
my first Instagram picture like ever. What was the date on that?
July 8th, 2012.
2012, huh? I saw Instagram as like honestly the whole meme about it. It's like it's for hipsters. It's like people upload pictures,
Yeah.
put a filter on it, and then that's it. That's exactly what I did. I took a picture of a cup,
Put a filter
put
on
a
that
filter, and then that's it. That's the photo. It's like my first picture.
thing. How would you critique this now? Like, I kind of want you. Could you retake the shot?
Okay.
Retake the shot in a way that's like.
Okay. First, I completely get rid of the filter. Let's start with the base. Like no color changes or anything. So, horizon line is a little bit crooked. So I'll like even it out. Maybe zoom out a little bit. The cup's too close. I think I cut off like the bottom part of it. So, and for this one, since it's like an animate object, maybe I'll do like rules of thirds. Maybe add like some food in there.
Yeah, something to create some depth.
And then desaturate the greens and like crush the blacks. That's like the whole hipster trend right now in photography. Crush the blacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope. You're able to look at the image and that just shows you've been looking at it. Do you do that? Like it seems like you do that with some of your photos though. Do you ever just revisit? Like how does that process
all the time, dude.
Okay,
I'll probably like look at my Instagram like every day, to be honest. And looking back, there's always something that I could like criticize myself on. It's like, okay, maybe like the pose is kind of awkward now that I look at it, or it's over edited, or like maybe I retouched it too much where her face looks like CGI pretty much. So there's always something, and that's how you grow as an artist, as a photographer. It's like you look back at your old work and you say like, what can I do better about it? And like I always try. Okay, so. I guess another mindset I had for Instagram is like my feed has to be consistent, and I think that cripples you, to be honest. Like Peter McKinnon says it like, okay, it's probably good to have your feed like look a certain way, but I disagree, dude. I guess like you need to experiment with your style. Like you can't stick to one thing all the time. And even right now for me, like I started out with maybe like cool colors, like cool blues. But I still have those blues, but I added something else to it, like maybe like a fade or maybe warmer colors, but still kept some part of the image blue. So there's always something like you mix and match everything.
Yeah,
I like it.
Because I know like at least within the past 2 years, it wasn't just a photography like filter thing, but like with video LUTs, it was the teal and orange look.
Yeah, teal and orange.
Like everyone was doing that.
Yeah.
If you did a travel video and it wasn't teal and orange, it was like it wasn't good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why like the beauty of YouTube is like there's this channel that I watch, like he does like Lightroom tutorials, but he looks at like different like photographers, and he says don't copy it, but incorporate it into your style. Like don't copy it is like the key word. Don't copy it, and just don't go into that trend. Like be original. Yeah.
I guess okay. So you brought up some like you brought up some resources I guess from YouTube, but this is what I asked the past two guests. So you're the third. So I'm gonna continue this.
Go for it.
Who are your 3 mentors? Like, and I want to clarify that like you don't even have to know them personally. It's like, you know, I think you can be mentored by someone through listening to podcasts, through reading their books or things like that. So who do you think 3 mentors might be for you?
Probably all 3. I don't know them, and I don't want to rank them in order. I like Elon Musk, dude. Say what you want about the guy, like he has crazy ideas, but like the fact that he perseveres like through anything, it makes him special for me. I was actually watching like an interview before I left my house today. It was the 60 minutes, I don't know. But the guy is like, because I think he did like 3 rocket launches, and 2 of them failed. And then he's like, what's gonna make you quit? And he's like I never give up.
Okay.
That's it. That's like good motivation for me. Next inspiration, this is bad, but like Filthy Frank, because it's the way that he did his YouTube channel. Like he's super offensive. You can't be successful in that anymore. It's like back then it was his own thing. Like it's impossible now. Like if you're cussing a lot, or if you're like making fun of things that you shouldn't make fun of.
Look at Kevin Hart. You know, on a tangent, but like Kevin Hart had to apologize.
Yeah, for the
but he's a comedian. He makes fun of everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So I mean, you're exactly right. Like,
but what I like about Filthy Frank is like he was successful on YouTube, and now he's venturing onto music. Like you know, Joji, like, that's his music now, and it's he's actually like pretty successful. I was trying to get like tickets to his concert in February, and I was trying to get it like maybe 2 months ago. It sold out in 1 second. Wow. Like that's crazy. Like how can you go from a guy that does videos about like eating like hair cakes to a music career? Like that's pretty crazy. Yeah. Like say what you want about him, like his humor and how like how stupid he is, but like I have to give him props for that. That's really hard. And then next person, LeVar Ball. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I can't think of anything else, man. Top 2, Joji.
Okay, those 2 though.
Those 2. Who
you
else?
don't have to give a third if there's none.
Easy. The creator of Super Smash.
Oh,
Sakurai.
okay.
Yeah, I was watching like his whole like biography on YouTube and
Okay.
stuff. Like his parents didn't want him to be like a game designer, but he ended up making like one of the most popular
Yeah.
games of the generation
Of all
Yeah.
time, maybe.
Yeah, and then if you watch like the Nintendo Directs, it's like the video, like, that documents the whole process into making it. Like, this guy looks like he's tired, man.
I gotta look at that then.
Yeah,
I
and
love
then
documentaries.
he's like, they say like, I don't know if it was him or the other CEO, but one of them got like hospitalized for like working too hard, and then they still ended up working in the hospital, like working at their game. So it's like that. It's like all of them put effort into the thing that they like to do, and that's how they became successful at it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Oh, I have a question for you. What's your opinion on the quote, "No days off"?
You have to take a day off, man. It's like YouTube, dude. I'm not on YouTube every day. Like, I'm not making videos or watching videos every day. It's just like, you have to have some time for yourself. Do something else. Even for nursing, nursing is one section and photography is another. Photography is like my escape from nursing.
Okay.
So I need to do something that's not related to something that's as big as that. And I think you need a break, dude. You need no days off. No, that's not a good.
Never subscribe to that.
No. Oh, let's talk about this day. I just remembered.
What?
Speaking of like video games and stuff, YouTube was a big part in like when I was like that young and playing video games, because I met so many people on YouTube. Like, I was in a Mario Kart clan and blah blah blah, and it just like, it takes me back, man. It's like you meet new people, you race with them, you kind of like hear about like their experiences. And it's just like that time in YouTube where it's gaming. It's like, it's a community pretty much. And I think that's what YouTube has lost now, is that community aspect. Now it's all like corporate companies. You can still meet new people, but not like back then.
Yeah, it's not. And the ads. It's freaking annoying.
I hate the ads.
I know.
Even if they're skippable, like that logo, the skippable, like skip this ad, it's so small. Like, I always miss it. And it interrupts the video for me.
Yeah,
like
and
ad.
I hate the yellow marker because you see it coming.
Yeah,
like
and
when
like,
it's like, that's coming.
It's a good part. Like, I honestly listen to videos like when I'm in the shower, and when there's an ad,
Yeah, you can't.
my hands are wet. My hands are wet, right? And I'm trying to press it. It doesn't work, and it's like, dude, this sucks.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a question I can ask you. What podcasts or things are you consuming right now to like I don't know, just what are you watching? What are you listening to right now?
Mostly right now, it's just like camera reviews, or I highly recommend The Art of Photography. Like, he has some really, really good insights on like past photographers and how they compose stuff. I also listen/watch. I think their name is F Stoppers. I'm not sure, but they do this thing where they critique like people's pictures, and they give a lot of insight where they're like, maybe the lighting here is off, or it's too fake, or it's too edited, blah blah blah. And that's how I learn, pretty much. Everything I listen to, I have to learn something from it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's like my main motivation, is like, I have to learn something.
That's exactly where I'm at too.
Yeah.
Like, I'll listen to stuff that's not video.
Mm-hmm.
There's a podcast, but I don't listen or I watched like the YouTube video where it's called Future. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Basically, he's this guy named Chris that I stumbled upon him off something crazy, but yeah, he's basically a graphic designer. And then I think one of his videos that I saw, it's like, how do you price clients? So I'm like, I'm just interested, like, just to know anyways. But I end up like, I always go back to him. Now he has like this, it seems like he's teaching a group of like students or like people that reach out to him, but he films like their class because they Skype it. And I watch the whole thing. It's like sometimes 2 hours long. I won't watch it in one sitting, but I'll have it running just to kind of, because they're creatives. And I love learning stuff like that. So that I think I'm doing that too. Yeah. Whether it's like I listen to sermons or like video, like specific podcasts or podcasts about storytelling. Matt D'Avella.
Oh, him, yeah.
I love Matt D'Avella.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, look what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Look what I'm doing here. A lot of that style, Matt D'Avella. But yeah, man, it's just I'm always finding a way to learn either my craft or something.
Somebody else's.
Or something about creativity.
I like watching like TED Talks for that reason. It's like it's not even, it doesn't even have to do anything about like photography. Do you know who Nardwar is?
Yes.
The interviewer.
Yeah.
His TED Talk was really good, dude. Like,
I haven't watched it yet.
It's really good. Like, his whole thing is like, just ask. Like, how did I get in to interview Snoop Dogg, or how did I get to interview Kurt Cobain? It's like, you just asked. That was his whole thing. Like you
Just
can see like the
ask.
crowd was kind of like skeptical, like this guy's crazy. Because you know how Nardwuar is, like the way he talks,
Mhm.
he's very like extravagant,
Yeah.
over the top. But then like as he got into the interview, like dude, this guy's legit, man.
I gotta watch that.
I
TED
love
Talk.
Nardwuar, man. There you go. That's my other inspiration.
there you go.
Nardwuar. This crazy dude. Like how does he know these things? Like all the rappers that he interviews, like I don't know how he gets that information. Yeah, he's precise about it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very precise.
Yeah, just ask.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll close out with this before we play Smash Brothers.
All right.
What is your advice to the, maybe not a nursing student,
Mhm.
but to someone that is pursuing I guess not what's common, but like the status quo of going to university, going to college, and pursuing something like that, which they know will be good for them, but they're also wrestling with like they want to do something creative and just that.
Yeah, that's always a debate, right? Like, is it do what you love or do something that is financially stable? And I think you can't just pick one. Like you see in the movies, like you see all these athletes or like celebrities, like do what you love. But I think there's like a caveat to it where you have to be realistic about it. Maybe go into the more like stable route, and then go back to your passion. Like what I'm gonna do, like to be honest, just personally, like I didn't want to do nursing. Like I didn't know what else to do. That's why I did nursing. But I could use nursing as a platform to reinforce my other hobby, which is photography. Like buy more gear.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's like you have to be real. You have to look at the pros and cons first of all, and do what you think is right. Like whatever that may be. You might be wrong, but you're doing whatever you want. That's it.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's a really good answer. I like that a lot. It makes me think. Oh man, I remember because I used to work at the UPS store down on the street in Rolling Heights. It's a retail store. And I remember I think I was like being sarcastic about it, but now I'm thinking about it, I meant it. It wasn't being mean, but I had some friends. They're friends that do music. They came in, they dropped off a package. They knew I worked there, and then they said, "Oh, like, hey, dude, AJ, good seeing you. Like, how long are you gonna be here for?" And then of course I was like, "Oh, I'm here. I'm closing." Like, no, like, how long are you gonna be here for? And so I remember saying like, "Hey, man, I'm using this to fund the dream."
Yeah.
Like I'm using this to fund like buying camera gear or paying for gas so that I can go to events to be able to shoot.
Yeah, dude.
And
yeah,
I think it's true. And so
true.
whether I don't think it's wasting time if you're going to school, getting an education so
No.
you can have a good career, well-paying career. And if you want to do music, if you want to do photography, fund it. Like use that to fund the dream.
Exactly. That's how it is.
Yeah, man.
Gotta pick and choose, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, sometimes you can't have it all. Not everyone's that
Yeah.
talented, right?
And yeah, it bugs me like, every time like in movies or like shows, it's like do what you love, but it's like, is that really realistic? Not everybody has.
That's
like,
good insight.
Yeah, not everybody is that fortunate enough to do what they actually love. You have to do something else and then go back to what you love. That's it.
All right, dude. Where can this audience find you and your work?
You could check out my YouTube channel, Ram of the Rose. I changed my username from RAM98872 just because it's so much numbers. So I changed it to Ram of the Rose. You guys can look at my old videos. I haven't been posting on there, but I mostly post on my Instagram at Ram of the Rose too. Yeah, check out my pictures.
Consistent.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Do you want to play Smash Brothers?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Thank you for watching this episode of A Creative Corner. If you found any value today, please like this video, subscribe, and more importantly, join the ACC community on Instagram. That's at A Creative Corner. And that's corner without the vowels and no spacing between the words. So thank you again, and here's what's happening on the next episode.
That's what's so rad about working with those guys is that we're basically getting paid to hang out with each other because we all talk shop. We all try to, secretly outdo each other with each other's shots, but we also give each other a lot of props for great work. And there's so many different avenues and specialties that everyone like films and is a part of that it's just natural. Like AJ floats into this and it's like, like right out of the gate, I'm like, this guy's rad.